When I started my GLP-1 journey and I was on the road to losing weight, I knew that loose skin could be a possibility. But here's the hard truth. Knowing you might get loose skin and actually seeing the loose skin on your body are two totally different things. And nobody prepares you for that because we're told you're going to lose the weight, you're going to get healthy, you're going to slim down and look good. But what happens when you finally start changing your body and you're not happy with everything you see? So stay with me because we're not just talking about what happens when you see the loose skin. We're actually going to talk about what you can do about it. This is going to be so helpful for me too because I have lost 88 pounds taking Mounjaro and I still have another 60 to 70 pounds to lose. So I want to know, just like you, and I wrote down some questions. Can we prevent the loose skin? Does losing weight too fast actually make it worse? Can strength training help? What about collagen, cream, skin tightening? And what about the infamous Ozempic phase? What about loose skin surgery? Is surgery really the only way to get rid of it? We're talking about it all today. Truth number 4, the truth about loose skin. Now, let me start with me because I have experienced a little bit of loose skin when I have lost weight before. I lost 50 pounds at one time. And over the years, I just am soft and jiggly. I've never been hard and had muscles and never was into strength training or trying to gain muscle. When you spent years carrying this extra weight around and stretching out your body, it's no wonder when it starts to go down to a normal size that you would experience loose skin, especially if you're a woman over a certain age. I happen to be 54. So even though I knew that this was to be expected intellectually, emotionally is where I had my challenge. There's a moment when you're getting dressed and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're seeing that hanging skin, or you're looking in the mirror, or you raise up an arm, or you look at your stomach and you think to yourself, wait a minute, where did that come from? And here's the hard part. I am so grateful for the weight I've lost. I'm so grateful for how far I've come on my journey. And it gets complicated because while I'm grateful, I'm also very frustrated and a little bit disappointed. And here's what makes it complicated because I'm so proud of myself for what I've accomplished. I'm so grateful that I've been able to take off a significant amount of weight. I wouldn't trade my progress where I'm at now to get my old body back. Absolutely not. But guess what? That doesn't mean I have to pretend like everything about my weight loss journey is something that I enjoy or like. Let's just be honest. You're not going to like everything. Everything has its pros and cons. So if you ever felt guilty for thinking that, you need to stay here for this conversation. Truth number 1, loose skin does not mean you've done something wrong. This is something I want you to hear because if you listen to social media, they will have you thinking that you got loose skin because you weren't drinking enough water, you didn't apply these fancy creams, you didn't take enough supplements, you didn't lift weights. And hold up, I just want you to know, it is not that simple. Let me tell you, when your body has carried significantly more weight, your skin stretches out to accommodate the larger body. We all get that, right? Then you lose that weight. The volume underneath your skin decreases and your skin may not completely shrink back to fit that new body. And how much it rebounds varies person to person. Everyone's different. Your age matters, your genetics matter, how much weight you started with matters, how much weight you lose matters. How long your skin was actually stretched matters too. Did you realize that? Your skin's natural elasticity can matter. And yes, the speed of your weight loss can matter too. So if you've lost a significant amount of weight and you're looking at your arms, your thighs, your belly, your butt, and your face, and you're thinking, what did I do wrong? I'm saying to you, maybe nothing. Your body has changed and your skin has changed too. And this is where it gets interesting because a lot of times people ask, did my GLP-1 cause this? So let's talk about that. Truth number 2 is not just GLP-1 skin. We've all heard the names Ozempic, Ozempic face, Ozempic butt. People see someone who's lost weight on a GLP-1 and all of a sudden any issues with their body was caused by the GLP-1. But we need to separate the medication from actual weight loss. Loose skin can happen after a significant amount of weight loss if you've been on a GLP-1 or not. And guess what? People have experienced loose skin way before the GLP-1s. People have experienced it after losing weight with bariatric surgery. People have experienced it after losing weight with diet and exercise. And people can also experience it after losing weight on a GLP-1 medication. And what is the common denominator in all those scenarios? It is the weight loss. It's the weight loss. So your body got smaller. Your skin doesn't always shrink at the exact same rate. And that distinction matters because I don't want somebody refusing the medication because they're thinking I'm automatically going to get loose skin, hanging skin, or they're terrified of getting Ozempic face. Which brings me to truth number 3. Truth number 3, does losing weight too fast cause loose skin? So this is where we have to be careful. Rapid weight loss can make changes to your skin very noticeable, especially in your face. When facial fat disappears quickly, you can see hollowing, wrinkles, sagginess that wasn't noticeable before, or it wasn't as noticeable. That's the reason why you hear people tell you to lose weight slower and steady. But I don't want you to think just because you're losing weight slowly, that means you won't have hanging skin, because that's not true. There is no guarantee. The truth is you can lose weight slowly and still have hanging skin. You can lose weight the right way and still have hanging skin. That was important for me to understand because you know what I always say, slow and steady wins the race. But even slow and steady doesn't have control over what your skin decides to do. So now let's get to the question that everyone wants to know. Can you prevent loose skin from even happening? Now, this is tricky because the answer isn't exactly yes, but it also isn't exactly no. So what do I mean by that? There are things we can do to support our body while we're losing weight. But I'm going to use the word support and not guarantee. The first thing you could do to possibly prevent some loose skin is don't make this into a race to lose weight so fast. You don't have to chase the fastest loss, and actually faster is not necessarily better. This journey is not about how quickly you can make the scale move. This journey is more about how healthy you can become. So we're actually trying to create a healthier body that we can maintain. And you already know I am team slow and steady over here. The second thing we can do is prioritize protein. Now I'm going to tell you, this is especially important if you're on a GLP-1 medication, because when our appetite is suppressed, that makes us want to undereat or eat a lot less. But as I always say, your body still needs that nutrition, and protein is going to be one of the top sources. Protein is so important because it's going to help you maintain the muscle. Now, I do want to say, not just eating protein, but you also have to work your muscle. You have to do both, doing some weightlifting, even engaging your muscle with your own body weight. All of that is going to be so important in maintaining your muscle. And let me correct something that I've seen online. Eating more protein is not going to magically make excess amounts of skin disappear. It just is not. Protein is important to your body, it's important to your muscle, but we're not going to change eating chicken breast and drinking protein shakes into a loose skin cure. It's just not going to happen. The third thing we can do is strength train. Now, this deserves a conversation. So I'm going to tell you, resistance training during weight loss is going to help you preserve lean muscle mass. And of course, building or preserving that muscle can improve the way your body looks underneath the skin. So yes, lift those weights, use those resistance bands, build that muscle. But again, muscle does not remove that excess skin. Strength training is going to improve your body composition. It can help you get stronger. It can help preserve your muscle during the weight loss. It may improve our overall shape. I know a lot of people, and I was one of those people who didn't start off right away. I just didn't have the energy. I was bigger and I just felt awkward, even exercising. I wasn't comfortable. But I'm going to say to you, as soon as you feel like you can do something, even if you sit down and lift the weights, just start with toning your arms. I would say do that. Don't wait until you reach your maintenance goal. Also talk to your doctor or your healthcare professional. Personally, I wish I had not waited. I wish I would have started doing it earlier in my journey. I do want to add this too. If you have a significant amount of skin, you can't squat your way to tighter skin either, because I think that's a fallacy that's out there as well. Speaking of things we're told will tighten up things, let's talk about the creams of it all. Let's talk about the oils, the collagen, all those products, because I'm telling you, people spend a lot of money on that. Truth number 4, what can you actually do at home? So let's separate healthy skincare from removing loose skin. I think that's important to be said before you spend $50 or $100 on a product that you saw online or TikTok or somewhere and you thought this is the cure. Hydration is important. Moisturizing is great for your skin. Sun protection, absolutely. Eating nutritious foods and getting that adequate amount of protein, yes. Good skincare, yes. But significant excess skin, guess what? There is no cream or moisturizer that I know of or research tells me that's actually going to remove it. But that doesn't mean that skincare is useless. Healthy and hydrated skin can help you look better and actually feel better. And that is worthwhile, but I'm telling you, that's just different from removing loose skin. So what about collagen? Collagen is involved in the structure of our skin, but taking a collagen supplement should not be presented as a guarantee that it is going to help you with your loose skin. Can there be skin-related benefits to some of these products or nutrients? Absolutely. But if somebody is promising you a powder and they're telling you that by drinking this powder or taking this powder, you're going to get rid of your excess skin, I'm just here to tell you, save your wallet, save your money, because that has not been proven to be true that I'm aware of. But if you know something that actually works and you can prove that it works, send it to me. Let us know in the comments because we would love to hear from you. Truth number 5, what about Ozempic face? Now, let me tell you, this phrase, Ozempic face, has been everywhere. Anytime you see someone with a real thin, slender face, we call it Ozempic face. And actually, that is not a medical term, and it's not even something that only happens when you take Ozempic or GLP-1. So I'm going to tell you what people are usually describing is facial volume loss after significant or rapid weight loss. You lose fat from your body, and guess what? You lose fat from your face too. That can make the cheeks look more hollow, lines may look deeper, skin may be looser, the jawline might look different. And for some people, especially as we get older, those changes could be even more noticeable. So again, this isn't necessarily that the medication is ruining your face has lost weight too. I think this is important for anybody taking Ozempic, Mounjaro, Zepbound, or Wegovy, or any GLP-1. You hear that, and it just scares you, right? It scares you into not wanting to take the medication or not wanting to lose weight and possibly even get to your weight loss goal. But here's the part that people really want to know. If it happens, can you fix it? Now we're going to get into the options. Truth number 6, non-surgical options exist, but know their limits. If loose or aging skin bothers you, there are cosmetic options. Depending on the area and the amount of elasticity, a board-certified dermatologist or a qualified cosmetic specialist may discuss things like radio frequency skin tightening, microneedling, certain laser or energy-based treatments, injectable fillers for facial volume loss, and other individualized cosmetic procedures. Some treatments are designed to stimulate the collagen, some target the texture of your skin, some address facial volume, and some may even provide a degree of tightening. But remember, improvement is not the same as removal. If you have mild skin elasticity, a non-surgical procedure might provide a result you're happy with. If you have a large amount of hanging excess skin after major weight loss, that's a completely different situation. And that leads us to the option that some people don't want to talk about. Truth number 7. Sometimes surgery is the option that actually removes the skin. Now, let's just say this without shame. There are people who have lost a significant amount of weight and they have a substantial amount of loose and hanging skin. Maybe it's their stomach, maybe it's their thighs, maybe it's their breast, maybe it's their legs, maybe it's their lower body, maybe it's their neck. And sometimes that excess skin is not just related to appearance. because skin folds can actually become uncomfortable. They can rub, they can get irritated, they can make certain clothing difficult to wear, they can affect the movement and just your everyday comfort. For people with that significant excess skin who want it physically removed, surgical body contouring is the treatment that actually removes the tissue. So, depending on the body area, that might also include procedures such as abdominoplasty or a tummy tuck, an arm lift, a thigh lift, a breast lift, a lower body lift, or facial and neck procedures. But surgery is surgery. There are risks, and they can also leave scarring. And that is something that you will have to decide for yourself. This is a conversation for you, your family, and an appropriately qualified, board-certified medical professional. Typically, surgeons want to evaluate whether your weight has stabilized and whether you're medically a good candidate. And I'm going to tell you, the plastic surgeons that I know say they want to see that you have maintained your weight goal for at least 6 months. But before you start Googling plastic surgeons, I want you to watch this video where I interviewed a plastic surgeon. And I thought he did an excellent job in answering questions you may have about any of these procedures. So take a look at that video after you finish watching this video. So let's talk about something that I would say is even harder than deciding whether you want to remove that loose skin. And that is living with your body while you're deciding what to do. This is the emotional part of weight loss that I'm sure many of us have struggled with. We have to say to ourselves, good job, and guess what? I'm not doing it. I am not going to make myself feel bad. I want you to take a moment and look at your loose skin again. Dare I do it? And your first thought may be like mine, I wish it wasn't there. And you know what? That's okay. That could be your first thought. Because underneath that skin, it's a body that has been changing. It's a body that has becoming healthier. It's a body that has becoming stronger. Doing something that has been so incredibly different. And guess what? That loose skin does not cancel all that out. It just doesn't. It doesn't erase the pounds you lost. It doesn't erase the inches you've lost. It doesn't erase the healthier choices you made. And it definitely doesn't determine your self-worth. Maybe one day I will decide to do something about my loose skin, and maybe you will too. Or guess what? Maybe we won't. But until then, I'm not going to postpone being confident until my body becomes perfect. I'm just not. And if there is one thing that being on this journey has taught me, it is that there is going to always be something you want to change, fix, or tweak about your body. But I'm going to tell you, there's only one you. So start living now. Don't wait. Start living now. Thank you for watching truth number 4, the hard truth about loose skin. And we're not finished yet, because truth number 5 may be the hardest truth of them all, especially for me. So don't forget to drop down in the comments and let me know, have you had any loose skin? And if so, what do you plan to do about it? Where are you at with your loose skin journey? So I just have to say, thank you for watching. Hype this video. Hype the video so it gets out to all the GLP-1 users or anybody else on a weight loss journey. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I go live or upload a video. I am live on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Come and hang out with me live. I want you to go down in the description of this video. I have some links with tools and resources that can help you on your GLP-1 journey. Most of all, I want you to take great care of yourself. And remember, slow and steady, normal and steady wins the race. Just don't quit.